All right, all praises and blessings be to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to all my fellow ministers. Salutations to the hopeful elect believers. Sydney brings in army to enforce lockdown. All right, so in case you don't know, all right, Sydney, Australia is going into a lockdown 2.0, and this time they're going to have boots on the ground to enforce that people are following these draconian rules. All right, so says the Australian city of Sydney will draft in the army on Monday to enforce its toughest lockdown since the start of the whole pando. Local authorities have ordered 5 million people to stay at home amid a surge in cases of the Delta. The Delta V, first discovered in India. And that's crazy as hell. Local authorities, which probably ain't no more than 20, 30, 40 people, it says have ordered 5 million fucking people to stay at home. All right, so this thing is happening all over again. This is the real deal, man. Cause I believe that first round, that was a beta. All right, that was just a little test run. This is the real deal. Cause these devils already said, they ain't got much time left. And that's pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12. They coming down with that rap because they know their time is short. Mask wearing is mandatory outdoors, and residents can only travel 10 kilometers, which is 6.2 miles, from their home for shopping or exercise. Look at this, man. This is happening right now, 2021, right? According to the New South Wales government website. But from Monday, as many as 300 Australian Army personnel will visit the homes of those who have tested positive to ensure they are respecting quarantine rules. The move had been mooted earlier in the week prior to Friday's announcement. All right, the sheer volume of increase over the last week means the level of compliance enforcement has gone from hundreds into thousands, said New South Wales Police Commissioner Mick Fuller. The latest figures on case numbers are available from Wednesday. They show there were 237 new infections across New South Wales in the previous 24-hour period. Australia has adopted a tough stance on curbing the spread of the virus since the start of the pando, with its borders effectively closed to the world, man. And you see, people are protesting that shit, man. And they ain't got no mask on, man. Only mask I see is look like a photographer. Citizens, let's play that real quick.
Thousands took to the streets of Sydney to express their disapproval.
Them niggas said, "We want freedom."
Of continued lockdown measures. Thousands took to the streets of Sydney to express their disapproval of continued lockdown measures. The protesters defied a statewide stay-at-home order as Australia grapples with the rise in new infections attributed to the more transmissible Delta variant.
We're here just to speak and to let our voices be heard and nothing else.
But not all the demonstrators remained peaceful. Police were pelted with potted plants, paint, and water bottles. Law enforcement officials have promised a tough response.
I'm also announcing the formation of Strike Force Seasoned, which will see 22 detectives work from now.
Man, there's thousands of y'all, and y'all throwing paint bottles, water bottles,
until whenever it concludes, identifying as many people as possible who attended today's incident and have them charged. What we saw today were 3,500 very selfish bullheads, people that thought that the law didn't apply to them.
Early in the pandemic, Australia was seen by many as a model for controlling the spread of infections. But now, with only 11% of the population fully immunized, frustration is growing over the slow vaccine rollout.
Yep, so pay attention. That's coming here. All right, citizens or permanent residents returning from abroad are required to self-isolate in a state-run hotel and subjected to strict testing. See that? Subjected to strict testing, man. See, they ain't even hiding this thing no more. See, through the reason of this pando, this has opened the doors for them to really show their power. and show that you people really worldwide there's no freedom. That's why we're seeking the Most High to send His Son back to deliver us from this beast, because this thing is a worldwide thing. All right, the whole all of creation is in captivity right now. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Romans 8 and it is 19. All right, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestations of the sons of God. See, and when you read that in the NLT, it goes into saying how all of creation is waiting for basically for the sons of God to be set up. All right, why is that? Because the world is in a state of mourning right now. You read Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So that's why all of creation is waiting on the righteous, all right, to be set up, which are the Israelites. So, okay, well, it's a lot more here. I thought it was just about Australia, but they going into the Philippines. So, Henry Roque, chief spokesman for Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, said the capital Manila would go into a local lockdown from August 6 to August 20. That sounds cute. Dine-in services in restaurants will not be allowed, and religious gatherings will be suspended during the period. All right, personal care services such as salons and barbershops will only operate at 30%. Thailand, what's going on here? So they're not going into lockdown. All right, North America, this is where it's going to get real good at in the United States. Late on Thursday, Biden also announced new rules that will force federal workers to get initiated. They will be asked to sign forms attesting that they have taken both stabs. If not, they will be required to wear a face mask and undergo weekly tests. And it's funny they use that word required. All right, man, we living in some prophetic times, man. This is it. Okay, when you go to Revelation 13, which this is picking up on the algorithm, and this is causing videos to be removed. But when you read this in Revelation 13:16, this is what this is leading to. It keeps saying required, right? Read the NLT. He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead. This is what this is leading to. We're seeing the rise of the beast that John saw in Revelation the 13th chapter. This beast, all right, is breathing and speaking fire right now. And that's by way of the requirements. Liberty is gone. Freedom is gone. We want freedom. Nope. Too late. You had your time. Freedom had its time on earth. The illusion of freedom had its time, man. Those days are over with. All right, so, and I'm just kind of going all over the place with this. I ain't going to read it all. Europe, beginning Sunday, Germany will require all uninitiated travelers entering the country to present a negative test. Middle East, holidaymakers will be able to return to Saudi Arabia from August 1, provided they are fully initiated. All right, so that's it. And I wanted to get a quick precept and close out with that, because the small amount of time I've been in this truth, I heard the elders and apostles speak of these things, and they are happening. They are happening, man. Those men are prophets, man. Straight up. This is Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this come into pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. And I believe there are a whole lot of prophets on this earth right now that are speaking these words, that have the 100% truth, and are prophesying with the Spirit of the Lord on them. All right, and these things are coming to pass, just as the scripture said, not as man is saying. And I'm gonna get one more, because these type of measures is gonna bring this to pass. Second Esdras 9, And one, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And he's visiting this world by way of prophecy, with plagues, uproars, protests, famines, pestilence, earthquakes, crazy bugged out ass weather. Verse 3, therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And that word uproar in the third verse is synonymous with protest. All right, those words are interchangeable. You're seeing a lot of protests. Why? Because the wicked are in rule, and so the wicked is beginning to show his rule. He's showing his horns. Genesis 27, he was given the blessing of the fatness of the earth, which was fulfilled beginning with the Greek Empire, and then the Greek Empire fell, the Roman Empire fell, and then through prophecy, the Roman Empire was revived with what they called the Renaissance, which means the rebirth. And through Babylon the Great, which is America, EU, and NATO, this thing is went worldwide, and this is Esau's fulfilling his blessing, having control of the earth, the fatness of the earth, having his influence worldwide and his power. So, these are exciting times, man. When these things happen, you should look up. I think that's Luke 21. So don't be scared, don't be nervous. Like, this is time to get up out of here, man. Luke 21:28, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads. Hey, cheer up. This the time, you should be hot right now. For your redemption draweth nigh. All right, we about to get redeemed. The Lord is about to come get us out this bitch. All right, and set us up. All right, giving our praise and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Lord willing, that was informative and edifying. On to the next. Shalom.